right? You may not pass through the phase of being a mega woman because you may choose not to be a mega woman. You may choose not to be, right? It's choice. But everybody, you can choose not to be a global brand, right? You can choose to just be in your kitchen and do your thing, and there's blessing there too, right? Yeah. You can choose not to, what else is there? Right? You can choose not to get pregnant, but you may not be able to choose not to make love. You may not be able to choose not to have sex because people are being raped, right? Everybody may have to go through, will have to go through that phase in adulthood. Right? That's why I said, okay, let this book go out to everyone. Whether you think you are under 18 or you're under 19, you will definitely have to go through that phase, right? So, now we are using this opportunity to celebrate the Nurses Week. Now, the Nurses Week is not just for nurses. I want us to have it at the back of your mind. When you see nurses, vaccine or whatever you see, we are in this profession because of you. We don't have a profession if we don't have patients. If we don't have clients, we don't have a profession, right? If this man doing photography here slumps now, there are so many people to resuscitate him, right? But you don't have a functional license if you don't have something that license is actually doing. So that's one thing I want us to put at the back of our mind when we talk about Nurses Week. So when you see nurses doing anything, we are actually doing it for the public. And the reason why, as a nurse, I wrote the book Successful Lovemaking Out to People is to use it as an opportunity to celebrate Nurses Week. More of Nurses Week is celebrating the people that we are here for, not 100% about celebrating ourselves. Now, when you read Dear Nurse in the book, I celebrate nurses because most of the time as nurses we tend to commonize ourselves like who you be. Shebi we dey go work together, but you dey take over the handover from you. Who are you? That is why some people are not even here, right? We tend to, because we are over familiar with ourselves, we tend to commonize each other. She writes book, do you understand? But if it's somebody that is far away, maybe in Rome, that wrote a book and they gave you a visa to come, you will fly all the way. Just because you don't know that person. It's time we begin to see greatness in each other, right? Nobody can be perfect. So even if you see your nurse working with you, manifesting some symptoms you don't like, always remember that there is goodness in everybody. No matter the bad character that person is coming up with, there is nobody that does not have badness, right? But when you see what is bad, what is evil about that person, look closely and ask, what is good about you? What can I celebrate about you, right? And that's why we are celebrating ourselves in this Nurses Week, right? So, as depicted in this picture, we are the heart of the nursing profession. We are the heart of the healthcare profession, right? When we talk about the heart, right, all the organs of the body are important. If I don't have legs, I won't be here talking about impact, right? My legs are organs in my body and they have to work. My mouth is an organ, but it's not the center of healthcare. Nurses are part of the healthcare system. We are the heart, but that does not mean that the doctors are not important. That does not mean that the social worker is not important. That does not mean that the janitor is not important. That does not mean that the gate man is not important. We have psychiatric patients. That's when you will know that the person at the gate is very, very important. When you are the only nurse on duty and something crazy begins to happen, that's when you know that your ward assistant is very important. So I usually tell people, in the healthcare system, everyone is very important. But we are the heart. The heart has to keep beating. The nurse always has to be on duty. It's non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable. I don't know any system, any healthcare system that will say, nurse, come on now. Right? The nurse just has to be there. Whether you like it or yes. So that's why we are the heart. And that's why that picture is there. Right? The International Nurses Day is May 12 every year, right? That's May 12 is going to fall on Friday, right? We are going to be rounding up on Friday. Our Nurses Are Future is the theme for this year. And while we're talking about the future, okay, COVID-19 pandemic. We talk about nurses our future. I noticed that our government is not investing enough in nurses. And the reason why they are not paying more attention to us is because we are not letting them see that we are very important in the system. Right? We are the future, because if a pandemic strikes in this country now, nurses are the largest number of people that will go for it. I think you should take a statistics of number of people that died during COVID-19 pandemic. That's when we have to now strategically sit and tell the government that we deserve better remuneration, right? Yes, we deserve better reward. We deserve to be respected. And trust me, your respect should not come from when a patient calls you and says, Madam, when they do me, or did they pay me, or wait till they can say, and you just happily tell the person, yeah, go buy a 10 liter, or bring her come my house, we'll give you the injection, or go buy this injection, use 2 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 2 in the night, 2 in the night, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. And that's all. And the person, thank you. I don't say you answer me. No, then it should go way further than that. So this year, all the nursing communities in the Air Force base, right? Nursing communities, right? One of them is here, 461 Hospital. We attend to all patients, right? From outside the base and within the base. Then we have the Apit Clinic, where I come from. That's where I work presently. And we offer services to the students and the personnel in the outfit. Then the third nursing community is heavily represented here, right? The trainers, people that are moving out, the people that are going out of the country, you know? Some people are running out, some people are coming in. So for people that are going out, some people are going to replace them very soon. So there's no cost of fear. You see people, it's just 5% that are relocated now, just 5%. So more people will still go, and more people will still come. If soldier go, soldier come. There's no big deal about it. So there's no fear. Nigeria will work eventually. So I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to everyone for coming and making this a possibility. This is a special day for me and a special season for every nurse. Today is also an opportunity for me and other nurses to give back to this great community, that's the Air Force base in the Kaduna State. I'm grateful to my husband, my family, my friends, my colleagues, and everyone here who supported me while I wrote these books. Successful Lovemaking was written to enlighten married men and women about the awesome ways they can get pleasure from one another. Why did I write Successful Lovemaking? Successful Lovemaking is not part of my brand, right? It was not pre-thought. I did not wake up one day and decide to write Successful Lovemaking. I am not in courtship. I am not in marriage. My brand is not about marriage. My brand is majorly about pregnancy. That's my NGO, Pregnancy Support Foundation. And then Step Up Nurse Academy is majorly offering service to health professionals. So, but I have a community of women on WhatsApp. And then we got talking one day, and I discovered that women have a big problem, right? There's a gap, and we are coping. We are just holding it in, like. And people don't talk about these things. Not that has done well to do justice to this, but it's the way I ended up this book. If you finally marry somebody and you two work together, and you even have successful lovemaking, everything goes fine, but you don't have God, your marriage will still crash. Do you understand? The reason why I wrote Successful Lovemaking is not just to address the problem of women not achieving orgasm, because there are a lot of women that don't even know what orgasm means. They don't even know they don't understand what it means, right? And so men don't even see it as a problem. Now, if you are married to a man and you are not letting him know that this is a problem, that area of your life will be totally shut down. It will be a complete shutdown, because what you don't know, you don't miss, right? You don't know there's something like this, so you don't miss. All you just believe is, woman, lie down, the man climb you, enter, come out, finish, end of story. No, that's not lovemaking, that's sex, right? Sex is different, lovemaking is different. And I wrote this book. In the beginning, I wanted 1,000 copies to go out to people in Kaduna State. And I was seeking for sponsorship, right? When I didn't get sponsorship, I said, okay, fine. From the online book launch, whatever I made from it, I'll use it to print out 100 copies. So right here, we have 100 copies of Successful Lovemaking. Now, this book is not to tell you that, oh, start making love, whether you are ready or you are not ready. It's to enlighten you, because there are some things. My mother is a mega woman. I'll talk about this mega woman. But she didn't sit me down to tell me that, my daughter, I should go inside this marriage and like this they do. She just did general blessings, so you will be a good wife, or you will be a this one, waiting. Now when I reach there, I can't see, say, this thing is serious, so. Even the first year of marriage, no, understand, my husband is a good witness. But thank God I'm married to the man I'm married to. If I was married to somebody else, I can never make this discovery, and I will never write a book. Maybe below 30. So I'll be taking my time, because my husband asked me that, hey, it is something like maybe dear nurse that should be here. I said, dear nurse, I don't have money to print 100 copies of dear nurse, right? But I have money to write a book that may still be a blessing for your future. You may not need it now, but please internalize the information, because know what is going on social media that will take you to the future. Do you understand? So even if you have to cut somebody, I'm not asking you to go into the practicals. My ideology and not that ideology in this area is totally different. My ideology stems from the spiritual, and it stems from the Bible, right? You can get a lot of things right without having to go through the practicals of the penis entry into the vagina. You don't have to, right? You don't. But what you need to do is to talk about these things, break it down, and explain. Somebody wrote another book on lovemaking. He published his book just a few weeks before mine, and he is a believer, right? I will not promote something I don't believe in. I will not write a book on something I don't believe in. So I will not tell you, okay, as single, so before you marry a man, make sure he enters you first, so that you know whether it's okay or no. I personally will not do that, right? But I would advise you to read this book, internalize the information, discuss these things in courtship. There are a lot of things we don't discuss in courtship. Most of the times we just take ourselves out, take ice cream, snap pictures, put on social media, and then when you not marry, you have just clear. You will be like, is this how it is? So my first, in the second year of marriage, you know the first year is honeymoon. The first year is honeymoon. The person still pretend he's still feeling like a king. You two are feeling like a queen. But the second year, fourth year, fifth year, you begin to know who you married. Especially if you were not staying together with your spouse. I was telling one of my husband's classmates, they've been married for maybe 7, 8 years, and they've never really been together. You never know the wife when you marry you. You never know her. If you stay with your wife straight for 1 year, at that time you will know, say, video call is different from live manifestation. When person do reach for you for inside out and you won't cry, now that time you will know, okay, when I was doing video call, it was different. I will see the children, and this one is good today, this one. They will put forth their best behaviors, right? Their best behavior shows on social media. Every one of us on social media, we cannot snap our worst pictures and put on social media, right? It will always be our best pictures that we put out there. But the man that lives with you in the house, he knows all the bad things about you. So if that kind of man can still find it in him to support you, then the man has Christ in him. So if you're marrying a man and he's not a believer, anything you see in that marriage, swallow it. And I'm not advising you to go for divorce, because it will just be a matter of everybody in Africa is divorced. So what joy are we getting from that? And the problem is that even if you divorce, it is not a ticket to marry the best man. So it's very likely that when you divorce that man, the man you marry will be worse than the one you divorce. So just let it out clear from your head. Start out in the beginning with making a choice that I'm giver. Even if you are an up giver, right? It's better to marry a pastor that has intellect. He has great dreams for his life, and he doesn't have money. When I married my husband, I know how much he was earning, but my husband is earning maybe times 15 of what he was earning, or maybe times 20 of what he was earning before. But how would I have known that we will get here? He hadn't even picked up the form when I decided I was going to marry him. Right? So please, let your dreams be more visionary. Right? Look into the future and make wise choices, because there are many things we cannot see from where we are standing. It's only God that can see the end from the very beginning. So successful lovemaking is to help you to realize that you deserve to experience orgasm in marriage, and it's possible every day. It is very possible. I know a woman that shared her testimony for me. She had FGM. I don't know if you know what FGM is. Female genital mutilation. Some older people experience that. You people of this generation, I don't think your parents were cutting you anyhow. But on the older generation, some things were done to their vagina that made it impossible for them to ever enjoy lovemaking. And the point was that they don't want women to enjoy it. Why shouldn't you enjoy something you'll be doing every day in your marriage? Every day. Like the man will be calling you every day, and you are not enjoying what you are doing. It is a sin. Yes, it is. Because it's a sin to yourself, it's a sin to the man. But when you are now totally ignorant about it, then it becomes a big problem. So please, this book is majorly to remove that ignorance and make you see that even if you experience FGM, even if you were raped, no matter what you have gone through in your childhood, you can enjoy lovemaking in marriage. So Mega Woman, I will just be very brief. This book, I wrote it majorly, the inspiration to write this book started out from my mom and from my online community, right? Blessed, impactful Mega Women. I call them Mega Women because I look into their future. I'm not seeing your now. Mrs. Adetayo, I've had the opportunity to speak with her online before I met her physically. When you see a child, when you see someone that is growing, look at that person's future and speak according to the person's future. Don't speak according to what you see now. Because I can't see your future. I don't know where you will take in the next 10 years. Do you get? But if God open my eye and I see, say, you will be president, how will I be looking at you? Even from now, I'll be talking to you with respect. Why? Because I have seen your future. So if we all can look at ourselves that way, and look at ourselves as big men, like, I call some guys, like, if I meet some guys, I call them great man. If I see one symptom, you know we do with clinical manifestation, symptoms. If I see one sign about you, there was a day Mrs. Adeta was telling me, oh, I'm not good at speaking. I said, you are a speaker. You will speak. I've seen one symptom and that is enough for me. So if you are bringing up anybody, if you are relating with anybody, just have the opportunity to see that small thing and magnify it. Because that's what God does for us. That's what God does for us. He sees the small thing about us and makes it look bigger. So I wrote that book because of my mom. My mom was a Mega Woman, but it does not mean she was perfect. So if you see, oh, Mega Woman, it doesn't mean I'm perfect. I don't think there's anybody that is perfect. In fact, if Jesus lived now, and Jesus entered inside this room, all of us will have different opinions about him. So people will still say bad things about him. They'll say, see how he's even walking there. He's even walking with all authority. As if he owns the world, and you will still be angry. So you cannot be perfect before anybody, but you can be a Mega Woman. I need you to tell yourself, I can be a Mega Woman. I am a Mega Woman. and see, one thing that will always limit a Mega Woman is if you don't have a supportive man, right? If you don't have a supportive man, you will be pulled down. They'll keep pulling you down until you begin to look at yourself as a worthless person. And that's what happens to many of us. But many of us have big dreams. When we were singles, I want to do this one. But immediately you get pregnant once. You get pregnant second time. You just say, beg. See, these children, they're going to read the remaining. I cannot come and kill myself. The more that I don't do. I cannot see. Woman being must to enjoy. The money you're supposed to invest into personal development, you need to be commenting crazy comments on Instagram. You should be the person creating things on Instagram for people to be liking. Because you are the creator. You are supposed to reflect God that created you. If God created you for a purpose, then you should be a mini God, right? You should represent God in your own small way, like you are a mini God. And with this book, I didn't say my mother was perfect, but she did a lot of wonderful things that were examples to every one of us. A lot of wonderful things, right? So I'm going to quickly round up. Now, the person that reviewed Dienos has said a lot about Dienos. He has said a lot about Dienos, but there's something I want us to take away, and I talked about it in one of the chapters: quackery. Do not negotiate quackery. Don't be a quack. Do not stay back and decide to work with a quack. Do not train a quack. If you're on social media and you're seeing somebody is doing, please be emphatic about it. There is nobody that can go to school. I've seen poor people go to school. Very poor. So money is not a restriction. You can achieve anything. This book launch, did you think I have money for these books? That's my launch now. I didn't have money for these books, but if your conviction is strong enough, you'll be able to bet whatever you want to bet. Right? So the global brand. I believe we all know Air Force color. Do we know Air Force color? Yes. What's Air Force color? Yes. Right. So that's a brand. And Air Force is a global brand. But I want to let you know that only institutions are not brands. We have human beings, single human beings that are brands. Right? So you as a person, you can have your color. You can see purple. You can see purple. You can see purple. Right? You can see purple. You can have your color, and the color is not your brand. It's just a reflection that makes people see it from afar. Now, why am I talking about branding for health professionals? This book is for health professionals. I'm going to see the way you as a person can impact your generation as a nurse. You as a person, your name. Let's say your name is Olayinka Adeyemi. Olayinka Adeyemi is a global brand. And what makes you global is that social media has made it very easy for you to spread your tentacles and be impactful to your generation. So please, I want all these books to leave this place today. I don't know how possible it will be, but please let this dream come to pass. I wrote this book for it to go to churches, different churches, because most of our pastors don't talk about lovemaking on the pulpits. They rather talk about rapture, talk about evangelism, many things, but the things affecting you in your home, they may not talk about it because maybe they don't know much about it. So I wanted this book to go to churches, couples in churches. Please let this dream come to pass. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you.
Another round of applause. Actually a great one. But brother, you have to start acknowledging what we have. Like, we should have some scholars like this in Nigeria. There's no point of traveling abroad now. When we now travel abroad, you now be complaining, my brother traveled abroad, and I'm deporting back. You are the cause of your problem. Ask me why. If you check in the British passport, you can travel to about 186 countries free using the British passport. Same thing to the US passport. But when it comes to Nigerian passport, only 26. And you are complaining, why are they deporting us back? When you check in the British passport, what do you see? An immigration officer cannot even hold the British passport more than 5 minutes. Like, more than 5 minutes, he has to give you back. And what you see there is the bearer here is carrying the British passport. Please assist or give the bearer optimal assistance and do not hinder the bearer and assist and protect if necessary. Same thing to the US passport. But the Nigerian passport, my brother, I don't need to open it. First thing you see, to whom they consent. Please, the bearer is carrying the Nigerian passport. Return if found. So that one they bring you back. They will bring you back. So next on our program here, quickly because of time, I told you before 12 we'll be giving here, and we're actually working towards that. The next thing we have here is launching of the books. And the first person which we're gonna allow this privilege to be resting upon is the chairman of the occasion. We shall handle the microphone to the chairman for the book launching. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Hello. Beautiful nurses. Great nurses. Handsome nurses. Pretty student nurses. Put your hands together for yourself. Launching. This is the time that I please take call. You learn something. Not a problem we have. We are talking about spending money. Some people will be vexing their money. I don't know how much one book is. I don't know. I have students here, and we have a library for the college. And I also have my personal library. And I know that I have about 200 and maybe 14 or 18 nurses, student nurses. Voila, Deo. And I know that by January, the number will increase by maybe 100 or thereabout. Am I not in trouble? Okay. Each of the 5 different books, I will launch them this way. %5 of 214 is what? You know, when you are talking in the presence of intellect, you are careful with arithmetic and mathematics. Again, are you sure it's them? 5% of 214. Is 10 right? Second. Okay, there's no point, there's no approximation. And that's why I tell even my nurses, when I used to be CEO and major and the rest, I say, you don't give me approximate number when you're talking consonant pitch and clear. You give me exact. And when you say at about, I say don't tell me at about. I am specific with timing. Tell me at 20 hours, the temperature of this patient was this. Don't say about. Yes. Hello? Okay, you say step by step. Make the whole number. Okay, so I am launching each of these books, 11 per book. 11. That's how many? That's 55. And in 55, any percentage of the total number of students? Let me know whether you know where I'm going. Huh? Percentage of students is in the library, I know. 25%. That's fair enough. At a cook. Okay. HOD student affairs. Is that fair enough? Are you sure? Okay. Now, an issue. Mrs. O, you will need to listen to me because this one concerns you. Our college is not too strong yet, and we just relocated to a new place. And we have a lot of things to do with finances, so it's going to be tough. So, 55, right? All together. For your 100,000 naira. And for my library, I'm going to take